look in the eyes of my brother without shedding a tear for my brother.
Welcome back to another episode of the InforMILLy Honest Podcast. We are brothers from the middle of the neighborhood of Gary and that conversation.
That was so funny to me.
Going to bring you some lovely, informal honesty and talk about this thing called life. And no matter what the conversation goes, we're going to make sure we're being forthright, vulnerable, and most of all, we're going to do our goddamn giggity, gosh darn best to be honest. Fellas, what's going on?
Man, not much. Surviving the times.
How's your week been?
Man,
Anything
your
fun,
boy's
exciting?
tired. Your boy's tired, but I'm here, Playboy. I'm here. I got the lighting all intimate and candlelit. You know what I'm saying? The weekend, the week was cool though, man. I gotta say the week was cool. I hit up the museum, which I hadn't done in a while. I think in the previous season. Because we got seasons, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. We have seasons, plural. I'm a member, and I used to go a lot more, so it was nice to kind of get back in there and see what they got going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weekend was cool. I got sick, but got over it pretty fast, and so glad for that. Then accidentally got the homie Gerald sick, and she is not recovered anywhere near as quickly. But shout out to her.
Yo, the people still ask you if it's COVID when you say you're sick, or like they see you sniffling or whatever. The folks still hit you with that.
Then again, I always be throwing it out there like when I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a typical, like, my body always has a hard time adjusting when we have severe temperature drops.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had them good few warm days, and then Chicago was like, gotcha, bitch. And then so my body just had a hard time adjusting to it. But I was fine like a day and a half later.
Okay.
I'm actually still sick because I know like we were supposed to hang out and we both like, man, I'm actually still sick from that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I got a sinus infection.
Oof.
Because like the amount of mucus that have been coming out of my face is ungodly, but it's kind of it's oddly satisfying at the same time.
Did you get some meds for it?
No, because it only kind of just clicked like today. Like I think I have a sinus infection, so I'm like, this is a very long cold, you know.
Yeah.
And I started looking it up, and like yeah, that sounds like a sinus infection. So I'm gonna actually try to go do something tomorrow, or I don't know if I can get some over the counter stuff, or I don't know if I'll have, or if I'll have to see a doctor. I don't know, but I've never had one before. But
have you had a fever at any point?
There was one day where I felt hot, but it was just for like not even a whole day. But it's been like basic cold symptoms, like different ones, different days. But like right now, I actually feel fine. But I just like I know like probably in like 30 minutes, my nose, I'm gonna have to do that, and a bunch of snot's gonna come out. But I feel okay though. It's just and I feel better now. But like earlier in the week, I felt terrible. Over the weekend, it wasn't gonna work.
Yo, quick question about that. How bad do symptoms of any sort, whether it's like allergies or cold, have to get before you like, in order for you to like take some medicine, like over the counter shit?
I mean, I just got to be minorly inconvenienced. Because that day where it was probably its worst, I was popping them Dayquils, and then I'm big on, if I have a fever, I need to sweat, so I'm gonna layer up. If I get to dance while I'm sick, then I know I'll be okay.
Josh should be in those Missy Elliott outfits from that one video of running and shit. Trying to those
one time I had the flu. We were on tour in Oklahoma. I wore all the clothes I had while we were on stage teching, and I sweated through all of them, not thinking about the fact that I was gonna have to go back outside at some point. So I know if I can sweat it out, I'll break whatever fever I got or whatever I'm gonna get me like a good old like pound of ginger. I'm gonna chop that shit up, throw it in a big ass pot of boiling water for like 45 minutes, squeeze some lemon in that bitch, and that's gonna help clear up that mucus.
Yeah. Have y'all ever? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Doc.
You're good.
Have y'all ever used like colloidal silver or anything, or ever heard much about that shit?
I've heard of it, but I never used it before.
Gotcha. I used to use it, and then I had. Yeah. And I think it's like certain parts per million. Like I've only used 10 parts per million, but some people make their own. And there's ways my grandfather used to do it and stuff, but I would kind of just take the stuff, I would just like look up the one that cost the most and seemed like it had the best reviews. I don't know shit about it otherwise, but I did see this guy. I saw this guy on YouTube talking about how like, if you got something like a serious cold or something coming on, one good way to like catch it early. And I actually tried this and it worked. I don't know if it was a fluke or not, but it was colloidal silver. And I would take like tablespoons of colloidal silver with vodka in it. Because vodka is like it's strong as fuck,
Yeah.
Damn near like alcohol. I mean, it ain't like rubbing alcohol.
Vodka is alcohol.
And it's like rubbing alcohol is what I mean. Sometimes that shit is so strong. But I would take that like a teaspoon or tablespoon every 2 hours for a certain amount of time. And I was good. I had a buzz, but I had a buzz and it was gone. Sore throat was gone. Everything was gone.
Word.
Crazy. It could have been a fluke. I don't know. Y'all,
one of my students made me a
somebody
little
out there somebody out there in the metaverse, check on that shit, try that shit. If you get drunk and get behind the wheel, don't blame me. Please don't do that.
One of my students made me a little tincture while I was down there of like ginger, turmeric, garlic, and something else of some kind of juice and Jamaican rum. Shit tasted like an armpit, but
for sure it tastes like hot toddy or some shit, right? That what they call stuff like that.
But he made me 2 shots of it, so I'd say, hey, maybe it did something.
Yeah.
But let's hop into a couple of these concerns, these topics. So, big news: over 21,000 dead in the quake in Turkey and Syria. Very, very devastating natural disaster. We got more than 21,000 people have been killed and tens of thousands of people injured after a magnitude of a 7.8 earthquake struck Turkey and Syria on Monday, officials said. One of the most deadly earthquakes, I believe, of our time. We're wrong about that, but
yeah, that's like, to put that in perspective, that 21,000, I mean, that's like 11 Hurricane Katrinas. To put that into perspective.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now
that's crazy.
Did y'all hear anything about this? I don't know that this was really that much in public news. Most of the things I've seen these days have been talking about Kyrie and KD. So I just happened across this. And one other thing that we'll talk about later involving this, you would think this would be like a really big thing to report.
Yeah, you would hope, man. I just feel like in places like Turkey and Syria, like there's enough shit going on all the time anyway. They're always going through something or some type of war or something, man. It's just like, can these motherfuckers get a break, yo?
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't there some. I'm stupid. Yeah, there was something happened in Syria. Yeah, you're right. No, never mind. I thought there was another natural disaster happened in Syria not too long ago, but I'm thinking of like just like the war that broke out.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is like now.
It just seems like there's always something going on. It's like, yo, when do these people find peace, man?
I mean, I don't know if we can necessarily ask for peace with Earth was like, how about fuck you?
That's true. That's true, man. It's I don't know, when is the last earthquake that happened in the US? Probably somewhere on the West Coast, and it's probably super small.
Fuck if I know.
There was one that happened like a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I asked.
Okay. I don't think we get anything of that like high magnitude.
No.
Yeah. And I wonder if because did we hear about the one in Turkey and Syria because it was possibly one of the largest, because it was of that magnitude. If not, like would it have been as publicized as it even is now?
I mean, I guess it depends on like what media you consume. Because I mean, I heard about it, but that's just because of the media that I happen to follow on my phone, or
Right.
Maybe I don't know. But it was pretty big to me, but I don't know
how your FYP gets set up is very much catered to you.
That's true. I'm tripping. Like, I've been, especially this week, I've been kind of out of the loop with a lot of the shit.
Yeah. Like I get some
going on. So
I get some news stories that come through my Twitter, but I'm not gonna act like my Twitter ain't mainly entertainment, news, titties, and squirters. So
yeah, I was about to say mine is definitely bad bitches, bowling, and bucks. So I feel you.
3 essential B's.
Yeah, it's like,
but yeah. So
Adam just stayed quiet. Like, look, my shit is actual news, motherfucker.
I mean, I don't even get on Twitter. Somebody, I mean, I don't know.
So a side note to this subject, I saw that a baby was rescued from the rubble of one of the damaged properties, and it already has like 1,000, reportedly over 1,000 bids on people to adopt it. And while that sounds like a great thing, part of me also goes, it's a little sketchy.
Yes, absolutely.
Do y'all have a similar feeling?
I do.
Are they all from Hollywood? Fucking celebrities and shit. Like, leave it alone, man.
I would love to know where those applications are from. Is it just Syria or is it all over the world?
Right.
Because I feel like if it's all over the world, then it's like it feels like a lottery thing. Like, who's gonna get the miracle child? Like, it sounds like a plot from a movie. Like, it really does. And then they send out people to all of these countries to interview all the families, and they pick the best candidate, and families are trying to like get dirt on the other families. And
sounds like you're almost kind of like describing the like a plot point from Umbrella Academy.
Yeah,
that's a good show.
Yeah, I can see that.
Very good show. Yeah,
but I don't know. I want to believe. I want for this kid to, of course, just be able to go to the best home it's going to go to. I hope that is the case, and it just gets to grow up and be normal and have a very prosperous life, and that 16 years from now, that kid's not being interviewed like I'm the earthquake survivor baby from 2023, and this is where I am now. Like,
here's my book. Here's my fucking book, my memoir. It's like, bro, you don't remember shit. Stop lying. You're the baby. You don't remember shit. Stop it. Stop it, motherfucker. Stop it.
I don't know.
You had a concussion, bro. Stop it.
You are a concussion, bro.
Your mother wrote this script. Cut it out. Cut it out, man. Goddamn. No, you have to question the motive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, like Josh said, you want to hope that it's just 1,000 caring, loving, wonderful, open-hearted people who just felt so strongly about what's going on that they wanted to reach out and save this child's life with their own bullshit that they haven't figured out in their own life. But it's okay. It's okay. I need to stop being so cynical. But I 1,000 applications. Maybe I'm not doing enough.
I'm more than aware that I shouldn't be among them candidates. I don't like it. It's not even like this isn't necessarily even a scenario of fuck them kids. Like, I hope all kids do well.
That is your motto. That is your go-to.
But like, that kid would be better off under that rubble than coming over here with me. Like, I got nothing for that kid. Like, I like better people than me. These people are better people than me.
Yeah, I feel you. We all agree. Like, yeah, ain't nothing but disappointment over here right now. Stay away, homie. Concentrate.
But no, that was all I had on this. Y'all got any other thoughts y'all wanted to share on this?
No, I'm curious. Like, what do you even think you can do for this child? I don't know. Obviously you can give it. Obviously you can give it a home. I don't know.
They're true.
No, that's true. That's
It
true.
doesn't necessarily have. I don't think it's
Fair
like
point.
dogs where they got like PTSD that you gotta figure out now. Or the kid don't speak.
Nah,
I'm
man.
pretty sure. So
Fair point. Let me gather my thoughts. Nah, I don't know. I'm joking. I'm just like, sometimes when I hear folks say like, man, I want to have kids, and I just be like, why? I need more detailed answer to why you want, like, sometimes if you want to have the kid, if you want so bad to have a kid too much, it's like, I don't know if you should be having a kid. Like, sometimes I would rather somebody who, let's just carry on.
I was like, where's this going?
Let's just carry on. I didn't want to go. No, I was about to go. Yeah, let's carry on, man.
Okay.
I hope the baby survives. You know what I'm saying? Where that child goes in a loving home doesn't end up on Oprah. So,
All right. Well,
double A out.
So jumping over to some sports news that does not have to do with that thing I mentioned earlier. Sometime last year, in case you didn't know, Bret Favre, former NFL star, quarterback, got in some trouble for stealing money from Mississippi welfare and families that could have used it to be able to build new volleyball stadium or something like that.
Yeah, for his daughter's college. Yeah.
Yeah. So, doing typical rich people shit that people do all the time, but he was like, why would I use my own money when I could just use y'all's? And the college was like, we support this. So he already paid off 1.1. I don't know what happened with the 5 that I originally heard about, but apparently he is suing Shannon Sharpe and Pat McAfee $77 million for defamation. Now, in my experience of what Shannon Sharpe said, I don't really know about Pat McAfee like that. Shannon was like, this white nigga needs to be under the jail for stealing from those poor black folks and most likely poor black folks because Mississippi is like 98% black.
Yeah, I feel like the whole state itself is poor. Like, it must be a few individual families who are poor in Mississippi. The way the news talks about it,
right? I don't even know. I'm pretty sure it's one of the poorest states. I'm pretty sure it's like
it's the poorest.
The schools, the prisons, everything are fucking horrific.
So they took money from the literal poorest state in the nation.
Yeah.
And so I don't really know where this figure of 77 mil comes from.
Yeah. So no, they ain't worth that much.
But let's start with Ario. Do you think he's justified in pursuing this lawsuit? Do you feel he was defamed?
I'll put it this way: if he's indeed guilty, absolutely not, because all they did was talk about your guilt. Like, now, if he's innocent and they were just taking the narrative and making it something that's not, then it's valid. But if that's not the case, which I don't think it is,
what it sounds like was it never went to trial.
Okay.
With the initial 1.1 million, he went ahead and paid that off post haste, and so I think what it could have
that's vacation money. So
right, I think what could have gone to trial with the 5 mil that has never gone to trial, and now he's pursuing the 77 million with no verdict having ever been made.
Okay,
so I mean, technically, Bret Favre is only guilty in the court of public opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is enough for a lot of people. I mean, usually the court of public opinion considers you guilty before your fucking trial.
Absolutely.
You know, like before there's once the news says it, move out of the fucking neighborhood. If the news says you were pedophile or did some shit, even if you're innocent, move out of the fucking neighborhood because the neighbors gonna be looking at you different, bro. Don't mow your lawn or nothing. Just get the fuck out of there. Because
But I mean,
it doesn't help.
Yeah.
It does help the case though when they got text messages, you texting the folks like, are the media gonna be able to find out about this?
Yeah.
Doesn't help.
Oh, he actually did do that shit. Okay. Damn.
But I'm with you, Ann, that the court of public opinion does often sway too much.
Yeah.
The Tory Megan thing is a prime example of that shit.
Yeah. Don't fucking tell me that I have a hard time believing there's such thing as an unbiased jury member.
Well, they have to be unbiased. They can be made unbiased anyway, as long as they're in court, because they're not allowed to do anything involving the internet while that case is happening. So unless
who's checking on these motherfuckers when they go home? No, is what I'm saying. Are their phones taken or something? Like I always wondered, how do they know that people aren't?
I mean, I don't particularly know that fact, but I do know it's a thing.
Oh no, I know it's requested of them.
No, I think it's beyond requested. I think they can face like perjury, not perjury, but like they can.
Okay.
Let's say you just happen to post a picture of what the fuck you ate that day, and you on your 6th day of trial. Yeah, you'll get kicked out of that jury. You might get arrested, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Like you're not.
I'm just saying, like I have a hard time believing that they don't find a way to hear about whatever the news is already saying, or whatever like this town, if everybody agrees, is already saying about whoever the individual is.
That thing could have been different anyway. I mean, that thing could still have that because it took 2 years to get to trial.
Mm-hmm.
So court of public opinion had already kind of been set prior to them going in there. But even with that, they stress out, at least in my court experiences and whatnot, they stress, do not apply any knowledge toward this case or any speculation toward this case that was not said here in court.
I got you. I understand the methods and the methodologies. I just want to believe in people more, I guess.
I mean, you know me. I say people suck.
You know what I'm saying? I want to believe that you're going to really be like, okay, let me empty my mind of, let me empty my mind and my heart of everything.
For me, though, I'm more so, I'm kind of confused at why he picked those two people specifically. Like, Pat
good point.
Is it because they would allow this?
Yeah, and that could be it. But I've heard literally every sports person, and I listen to a lot of sports shows. Like I listen to all of the big ones basically, and they all talked about it. They all skewered Bret Favre. So I'm trying to figure out. But Shannon doesn't hold back,
right.
Like everyone else does basically. So and Pat McAfee, he's not, he's his own boss. So he's not. He doesn't work for Fox.
Is he on Barstool or something?
No,
like that?
he's his own show. Like he just has his own YouTube channel. And
got you.
But from that, he
awesome.
still has a gigantic, basically like a. He's an ex-football player, so it's not like he's got some.
You're right. Who did he play? He was a quarterback. Yeah, that's what. Okay,
no, he's the kicker.
Gotcha. Shit,
was he a punter or the kicker?
I think he was a kicker.
Yeah,
but clearly I don't.
Yeah, I think
remember well enough.
I can't remember. He was kicker.
That's why it sounded familiar though. Yeah, but I need to get some business.
But no, he's
advice from this motherfucker.
He's like the Joe Rogan of the sports world. Put it that way.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. So so maybe it's because of that. Like they were the ones who had the most egregious things to say or the loudest voices, and then swayed the most, or he thought swayed the most people. Maybe. Yeah,
because he has a big following, so he might have got a bunch of his fan base tweeting at him and stuff.
Now my question is, I guess, even if I don't know shit about the law in this regard, but is it possible, I wonder, for Shannon and Pat to tell the truth, but for Bret Favre and his attorneys to pick apart other parts that they thought was over the top, or like, okay, yes, you told the truth, it's the fact that I did such and such, but we don't like this other part where you falsely claimed I did this, so you took it overboard, and we're going after that.
Yeah,
like, if you did it and you tell the truth, is it still defamation if you go, because somebody considers you told the truth but you went overboard?
I don't know if it's an overboard thing. I think I think it gets into like the nitpicky semantics of it all, of going like, to make this statement is it's defamation because it caused him harm in some way, and so it's a nigga's not in law, so yeah.
Nah,
but
that makes three of us, motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure it's he has to prove that Shannon and Pat said a particular thing, and that directly led to some consequence for him.
Yeah, how it actually affected him in such a way. Yeah. Man, I guess the one thing he has on his side is that the only real trouble, there was no real legal trouble in regards to like facts of like, you undoubtedly did this thing, I guess, for based on what you were saying. It's just a court of public opinion. That's the one thing he has on his side to kind of like get them. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing. I guess that's the leg he has.
Anyone's defending him.
Yeah, no one's gonna feel sorry for Bret Favre.
I'm just saying. No, I mean like to defend himself in. I'm sorry, to push this narrative, like to push to throw some weight around in this trial, in this lawsuit of like, well, technically, I wasn't legally reprimanded by this, so what the fuck are they saying? You know what I'm saying? Like they're pushing some shit that's too far. I guess they've gone too far in his eyes. But it's like, bruh, if you've done, I mean, I feel like all Shannon have to do is just in court, just show the text message saying this motherfucker was scared of something. He was worried of something. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's other people that he was dealing with that's already resigned. And it's like, come on, man, we're not stupid, dude. Like, we know you did it.
How convenient the timing.
Like, everything points to, it's pretty much one of those things where like everything points to him, but he's Bret Favre, so he's the king of Mississippi. So
he's the Wrangler man. Yeah. Was that Lee or Wrangler? I don't know. Maybe
I think it's Wrangler. And what's funny, he never lost an endorsement. Like while he was going through that, so it's like, is it really defamation? You didn't lose anything.
That sounds like, if he didn't suffer any consequences, then what does it matter?
How did he not lose endorsements? How?
Yeah. Like, I'm not even a fan of Kyrie.
Corporations don't care about niggas.
But look, I don't even care about Kyrie, but when he did the whole, when he posted the link on Twitter, he lost his Nike endorsement.
That's crazy.
But Bret Favre
posting a leak. He didn't even like.
That's what he didn't even.
Go ahead. He didn't even say anything about the link that he posted. He just responded to other people's questions about that shit is crazy that he just automatically, bruh. My bad, Adam. I'm sorry, man.
No, I mean that's it. I mean that's the whole thing. Like Kyrie posted a Twitter link. Like I said, I'm not even gonna get into what the link was. But he posts a link. He loses a Nike deal. Brett Favre allegedly steals millions of dollars from poor people, and he's still throwing footballs on Wrangler commercials. He still got, he hasn't lost anything.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I guess they take this whole
in the Hall of Fame.
I guess they take this whole. I don't know. I can't even say this with very much confidence that the law takes, what is it? Innocent before, what is it? What is the whole thing? Innocent until proven guilty. And until for sure proven guilty, like very serious. Yeah. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So I can't even say that with great confidence, I guess.
Yeah.
But
anyways, I don't have any, skin in the game. But if it's fuck Kanye, it's fuck Brev. So I said Brev. Brett.
I thought you went British on us real quick, but that's I guess that's bro. That's bro. Yeah, I'm trying to lend you a hand, man.
No.
I'm trying to pull you up out of a fucking star.
I tried to stake that landing, and I landed on my face. You're absolutely right. But yeah, fuck Bret Favre, and until
he still had an incredible arm, man.
Sure.
Gotta say
that arm stole money from black people.
And he still ain't been sacked for it.
Nope.
No.
Crazy.
All right,
crazy
we'll be
shit,
right
man.
back after this.
He's able to scramble. Judd squeeze that in there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I want to thank our sponsor, Cement Juice, your coffee alternative. When your day is hard, drink something harder. And
that's great. When your day is hard, drink something harder, motherfucker. Level up, motherfucker. Level up.
And your favorite flavors, New York Subway, the Atlanta Marta, and the Chicago L, of course, the hometown heroes. And we appreciate y'all. Welcome back. So I want to we appreciate y'all for sponsoring our podcast. So I want to jump to a little more personal note to round out the podcast. Let's get a little personal, little intimate, if you will. I was in the gym today. I hadn't been in a little while, trying to get back into my rituals and regiments. Mm-hmm. And as I looked into this dirty ass mirror, I was
toothpaste from fucking 2 weeks ago.
not in my house, the mirror in the gym. As I looked into the mirror, iron been pumping, titties are sitting a little high. I was like, man, I think it's been a while since I legitimately felt attractive. In a way that I recognize. Now, I'm not going to act like I'm a nigga with the highest self-esteem, which is a weird thing to say as a 34-year-old man.
Is it though? Is it?
Since we're going there? Only because for some reason, I feel like self-esteem is not a thing you talk about that much in adulthood.
Yeah.
Like when you're a teenager and puberty is around, you're like, oh yeah, self-esteem. Yeah. And then for some reason,
you're writing letters to bitches about self-esteem.
Yeah. When you turn 23, people are like, nigga, your esteem is gonna be what the fuck it's gonna be. Never bring that shit up again.
Yes,
So I was like, oh yeah, like I wasn't that like that kind of, I'm not that kind of gym bro that's just in there like just trying to flex it up.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get back on track if I get, consistent about my rituals and regiments, that my body is gonna look like, I ain't gonna come out this bitch looking like Jonathan Majors or no shit, but I'll look good for me.
I don't know who that is, but I assume he's a biracial, handsome gentleman around the ages of 33.
Nah, that nigga's in his 40s and he's a whole nigga. He's been a bunch.
He's complete. He's been completed.
He's been a bunch of
not quite done yet.
The stuff he's doing right now that's about to come out is Creed 3 and
oh shit, I know it's okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
My man is muscle bound. Yes,
man, that
looks great.
Ridiculous.
He looks great though. I will say that.
And so I was like, look good for me. Hopefully I can try to feel good about that. And so first of all, let's start with the initial question. When's the last time you recognized, like you looked at yourself in the mirror, or you left the house that day, you looked at your girl in the face and she told you something and you were like, you goddamn right, I'm a gorgeous motherfucker and you're welcome, because your eyes have been blessed by witnessing this glory that is me.
Yeah. Now, come on over here. Oh,
when's the last time you recognized that about yourself?
You go ahead if you're right.
Joshua, That's a damn good question.
I don't appreciate that UA. That was.
Oh man. You know what? It's interesting. I think sometimes it happens. I'll say sometimes, and I say this because it happened fairly recently. Like if I grow my facial hair out a bit and then I shave, I'll be like, oh, there's that handsome motherfucker again. There he is. He was just hiding behind them weeds for a little bit. But, you know what I'm saying?
Face hitting the tall grass.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it happens more so situations like that where like I know that I prefer myself without facial hair. So when I do it and it's like skin's fairly clear, I'm like, oh, okay. And then my girl otherwise it's like you say, like my girl will confirm it. Mm-hmm. Most of the time she hit me with that, you look good all the time, honey. I love you. Like, and at some point I'm just like, stop it. I know you have preferences too. Quit playing. Yeah. I appreciate it. And I love you too. And I want you no matter how you are and wherever we are and however our financial situation is. You know what I'm saying? Everything will be fairy tales and love. I agree. Mm-hmm. But I think she prefers that. So like those two things, like my preference of that, and then when I do it, the face is the skin is fairly clear, and then like I know that's what she appreciates too. Like I think sometimes like those are the things that kind of help remind me, like, oh, like as you guys can see, I as you gentlemen and whoever else are loyal followers and fans of ours to watch our YouTube videos can also see I am fully shaved. So it's happened recently as of like maybe 3 or 4 days ago.
Word, man. I will say you are Michael Jackson smooth.
I do appreciate that. Listen, and you know what I'm saying? To some degree, that was an insult. However, I fuck with you, Josh.
No.
And I love you.
Do your cheekbones glisten in your nightlight? Yes. But I was not.
As Brother Johnson said, this is the Rembrandt effect.
Would you bring up something that I want to acknowledge? I think we talked about in the previous episode a long time ago about love languages and all that kind of shit. Words of affirmation is not a big thing for me receiving. And so if you tell me like, "Ooh, you look good," the inner, broken down, beaten child in me is gonna be like, "Shut up, bitch!" Like,
the bit, there was a pause before the bitch was like, "Should I or should I not?" I'm saying it,
but no, like I don't. Those kind of words don't necessarily do much for me.
Okay.
You said same.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like because like I'm sorry to button your thing, but
no. Yeah, go ahead.
But not on the same way. Like, Kirsten, like I think like a lot lately, it's been saying I'm handsome and attractive, which is cool. But for whatever reason, it's hard for me to it's not hard for me to accept it. It's just like I don't know what to do with this. Like, thank you, but I mean, like, what I don't know I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, like energy type. It's like I don't know. What, it's like thank you, but now what? What am I supposed to do after that? It's like. I don't know, it just makes me feel weird. I mean, I'm the same way with, just my art even sometimes. Like, I mean, like if I'm showing it on Instagram and someone they like it, but like when people get overly like crazy about something, I'm like, okay, now you're weirding me out. Because like I'm not, I don't know. That's a super weird thing. Like that shouldn't be a reaction to someone like just showing you. I don't know what that's from, but yeah, that's it.
I mean,
hey, I know I weirded you out a couple times about that fucking Segway with the Gatling gun on it, bro. But it's a fucking Segway with a Gatling gun. What you expect me to do, son? I'm only human.
I honestly, I guess, and this isn't to sound cocky, but sometimes like, I'll do something and I'm like, and it's like, but people are like. I mean, it's like, and I'm like, I got lazy at the end of this, but all right, I'll just accept it. But
hey, I mean, that's different. That's your intimate. That's your intimate perspective on it and whatnot. So I completely get that. Where I know like back when I was back when I was working with teenagers more, the pieces that I loved, people were like, "Oh my goodness, that was so nice." The pieces that I made that I thought were garbage, they were like, "Oh, that's my favorite piece."
Oh yeah.
And so,
you know what? That's true. Yeah.
I try to let people like, as far as like when I was being told, that, oh, you're so handsome, ooh, you fine, all that kind of stuff. I try to let people have that experience because that's for them. If that's for them.
That's true. Yeah.
And so I go, okay, that's great that you feel that. I know it doesn't do anything for me. Now, is there an alternative to this? Yes. You tell me I'm fine, that does nothing for me. You tell me, oh my goodness, you look so great that I want to insert whatever.
Yeah.
You could insert any crazily lewd act into the predicate of that sentence. All of a sudden, my heart is aflutter.
she wants to put a jack on her mouth so she can see if she can open her jaws wider.
It's like, because to me that leads to action. Like that's an actionable thing. And
don't make this a clip, man. Shit.
I don't know why.
I'm
I think that's like the. I think that's the like the equation to me is what you were saying. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this information.
Yeah,
but yo, if I tell you you're gorgeous, I'll give words of affirmation all day. By all means, I can gas anybody up. Gas is always gonna be free as far as I'm concerned. But I do also know if I want to say like, hey, you looking fine enough to get your pussy ate from here to Sunday. Then
man, that's a full work week, bruh. It's a full work week.
Yo, when I like, hey, trying to suck.
Hey, you said you don't mind the pussy breath. I know you don't mind per previous episode. You don't mind the pussy breath. I just, what I'm saying. I just
said mind the pussy what?
The breath, pussy breath. It's just a thing for me, man.
You don't like pussy breath? What you saying?
This is correct. This is correct.
I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Nah, I feel you though, yo.
Yeah. So
two things. One thing about what Adam was saying is I'm similar in regards to the art. When people are like, man, it's so good, I like it. Like, I think part of mine is I'm critical though. Like I'm always like, that could have been, it happens for sure. And I see that with myself in regards, and I know everyone in my life has told me, including like my family, friends, and just myself. I know I've told myself, dude, you're too take it easy. And I'll have those moments where like I have a tie-dye shirt or something that is like, I look at it over and over and over and I never find an issue. And that's very rare for me. If anything, it's a moment of like, what's up?
But people need to know that when you say tie-dye, that you're not talking about like the corny tie-dye shirts from like the 90s.
Oh yeah.
It's that.
I'm talking about next level. Yeah.
It's not
stuff. It's like me. Yeah. It's like me experimenting, like me laying it flat and like almost painting it on per se, trying different techniques and trying to say, okay, how can I get this color or this faded this way or this with this level of depth and make it a process so I can do it again.
That is pretty fucking funny though, thinking about somebody that's like, man, this motherfucker always talking about some top. I could throw some bleach on a shirt. Like I don't get what this nigga always talking about fucking like, well, first of all, revolutionary.
First of all, I appreciate Adam saying that though.
Because
I appreciate you saying that.
Because I know what you mean, and I know like your shirts are cool, and I know that like people say tie dye. I know the first image they might think is like the yellow, blue, the primary color tie dye shirt. Yeah, that's not what you're doing.
Yeah, nor am I ice dyeing, and ice dyeing is dope, but I'm not about to just.
It is.
I'm not about to just throw a bag of ice on it and let some colors sit for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Right. I'm there doing like 3 or 4 layers, letting it dry it in between each layer.
But let's jump.
Anyway,
I want to jump back.
I just want to say, yo, hold on.
My bad. I didn't realize you were finished.
No, it's okay. I just want to be like, One, I know I've been too critical, but it's been those. Like, I think mine is different in regards to like than Adam's in that way, that like when somebody will say it, I'm like, well, all I'm seeing is not all I'm seeing, but I still see that it could have been better. And that's the issue. And sometimes I think that's good because it keeps me curious and like pushing, but it's also can be detrimental. Mm-hmm. But in regards to what Josh was saying, somebody will say you're handsome or whatever, or you look this or whatever. And it's not that I don't necessarily know what to do. Like I guess I used to be like that. I don't know what to do with it. Now I'm able to say thank you, but at that point, I'm done with it. I'm ready to like, let's move on here. I don't want to stay there. I don't want to stay in that zone because I'm already feeling whatever shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to stay in that space too long. Yeah. So I can say thank you. I'm better at embracing it or trying. I think Nat'll still say that I'm too difficult about it, but I just don't want to stay in that space. Thank you. I'm great. Yeah. Thank you. But like, let's keep it moving, you know?
Yeah. I try to hit folks with the crunchiest reply from time to time. It's like, I received that.
yeah. They're like, oh, that man is so grounded. He's so yeah.
Like, I don't mean I'm gonna do shit with it, but sure, I caught what you threw.
Because what can you do? Like, you're not guaranteed to also find that person attractive. So now I got to talk about your shoes or some shit that I like. Or
that also implies like that person wanted you to find them attractive. I tell people they find
that's true
all the time with no intention behind it.
Yeah, I know. And that's wonderful. And that's how to me it should be. But I remember a situation where I'm in Chicago, dog. And like, so we used to go over the summers. My cousin bought a building and he has renters in it. He's like a landlord for a building. And for maybe 2 or 3 years, most of the summer we would go there. Myself, brother, aunt, uncle. Y'all know my uncle who's like handyman, good at a lot of shit. We would go and like help renovate his building before he got the renters in. And one time I'm like climbing down a scaffold and his family walks by and this girl yells out, "You so cute, or you got a nice smile or something." And I didn't know what to do with it. So all I said was like, "Your shoes look really cool." That's I'm coming down. I didn't know what the fuck to do. It's like, I don't want to lie. I want to be true to myself.
Like, you don't have to reciprocate the compliment.
I realize that now. At the time, I'm trying to make sure I don't fall off this fucking ladder too. But I felt like I had to say something in that moment, man. Definitely. And her father, all I remember is her father laughing so fucking hard. Like, it was good, man. It was good. He was like, he was laughing. He's like, "Yo, those shoes are old." You know he's lying. You know he's lying. Oh man, yeah, that was a good moment, bro. That's a good moment.
But yo, Adam,
yay for vulnerability.
Say, what things actually make you feel handsome? Like, you know, what? Is there an occasion? Is there a particular kind of outfit? Is there an action?
Action.
Time for
great song. Yeah,
I would say probably after haircut, because I only get them like 3 times a year, which is why I wear hats all the time. So like, it's not like style thing. I hate getting haircuts, man. I hate everything about it.
Really?
Can I ask why? Like I've never known that. I never.
Yeah, it's just one. It's a waste of money.
Is it?
To me, yes. $40.
Josh, you saying that shit with fucking dread.
Yeah, like, I haven't had
clearly
a haircut.
You don't get haircuts. Yeah, you know.
I haven't had a haircut in like 2 years. I don't know.
They're like $40 these days.
Oh shit! Really?
More than that, bro. More than that. I was watching a YouTube video and this dude was saying he charges $75.
Yeah, it's out of hand. I paid $40 before. Like when I was in Virginia a few years ago for that training stuff. The closest black barbershop I could find, I had to pay $40. And then out here, where I live out here, there's one like not too far away, surprisingly, but it's $35. I'm like, man, I'm not coming back in here every 2 weeks. Like, so we just wear Barrett's hats and Mandela hats and we going moving. Eventually, I'm gonna learn how to cut my own hair, but because I just should know how to do it. If I can make a cardboard robot, surely I can cut my own hair.
I was literally gonna say that next thing. Once again, if you can make a segue with a fucking Gatling gun on it, you can fade it up. This is for sure. This is for sure.
Just get your different sizes, one half against the grain, one with the grain, and line yourself up, and you are.
I'm sure it'd be so easy too. And I've gone so many years of my life being so handy with my hands, and not even now. Now, I will say this. I did used to cut my hair when I was in tech and in my job training, when I joined the Air Force for that like 5 months. I used to cut my hair then, but I mean, all I would do is just put a guard on and just, it was nothing crazy, but I knew it wasn't good. But it was like it didn't matter, because when you're surrounded by a bunch of white folks, they think anything is a good haircut. I remember like getting a particularly bad haircut and coming to work like, hey, nice haircut. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like, it's really not.
Like, you're just acknowledging that my hair is cut.
It's cut. Exactly. Exactly. Like,
that's so great, funny. Bro.
But
that's fucking great.
I'll say after a haircut, and probably like, I don't know, 40 pounds ago, but so yeah.
I'm sure like a certain outfit or anything. Let's say like when you dress up or wear a suit or whatever like that. Acknowledge anything different or feel any different.
Honestly, it's gonna sound weird. I just like wearing hoodies and beanies. I think I look hoodies and beanies. So maybe I've been programmed.
Real, yeah. No. Okay, I asked that question because I'd imagine it's rare that I wear a suit, or you know what I'm saying? Like a tux or some shit like that. So when I do, I recognize, there's a little, you know what I'm saying? Okay, there's a little something different.
We cuss a lot on this podcast. You said shit real hard right there. Like some shit like that. I'm with you on that I don't dress up that often. And I think it's primarily because the ways that I want to dress up, I don't know where to get those kind of clothes.
Like Kanye said, you motherfuckers wear suits because you can't dress no more.
and which part of me goes, I do think at some point in life I want to own at least like 2 like well-tailored suits, and then
because you need them for certain things. Yeah
right. But otherwise, like I want to dress like post-apocalyptic.
So Kanye's new shit. Gotcha.
No, not that. Like not tattered, but like like technology grew, but also kind of destroyed Earth, but we left somewhere else, and like a black man raised in Japan type shit. I knew some type of ninja shit was coming. I knew it. Man, I'm telling you, like ninja hoodie. Give me like a asymmetrical like bomber jacket with a good like flexible pant that isn't like that hugs the leg, but it ain't like strangling balls and shit. Like I'm in there. Like I think there are ways to dress up that are outside of the bounds of typical black tie attire. That because it's so rare to find beyond like Pinterest or some shit, which Pinterest don't ever tell you where the fuck to get anything that you find on there. And especially because I'm a large black man, I have to get this shit custom made. No one's gonna make this shit in my size.
That sucks.
The fact that I'm up to a 14 shoe now and getting shoes has become pretty much fucking impossible.
Well, I'm a 14 too, and you're right. That shit is annoying, bro. Like I remember, I recently, well, I say recently, like it's been months since I've gotten this one pair of Adidas that I've probably searched for. I mean, on and off searched for like 15 years. And I just got it off of eBay. I was surprised. I know, man. Yo, these are fucking memories I have from being like 9 or 10 years old and seeing my aunt like down in the basement and seeing like just one shoe out of the pair that my aunt had, these cream colored Adidas, that I was like, I love these. And like 20, you know what I'm saying? 20 plus years later, I finally found the closest thing that I can find to it in my size. But my question is like, is it different for you in boots and shit too? Because a lot of times boots, you can get a lower size and still rock on.
I don't really wear boots
is it
like
as
that.
difficult?
With the exception of like winter shit. At one point in life, I maybe had more than one pair of boots, but it was because like flash sale sites had just started.
Got you.
And at those days, flash sale was like a legitimate sale. So I can get on a guilt.com or some shit like that. And it was going to be a quality fucking piece of clothing. I could find it in my size because at that time I still wore a 13 too. So it made shoes easier because that's the highest that the typical shoe seller is going to go.
Yeah. Some of these motherfuckers have the nerve to have 13 and a half. What the fuck is that doing for anybody?
In real life, I need a 13 and a half. 14s are usually a little too big.
All right. I sit corrected.
Like I wish
I thought I had something there.
More motherfuckers that made 13 and a halves. But yeah, so like back in those days, because you could get a $200 pair of boots for $40 because they were trying to get their site started. But now them sales aren't really sales unless it's like, fast fashion shit or Shane.
Yeah.
Oh, is that one that'd be like, is it the cheapest version of fucking clothes? Shine, whatever.
Yeah. In which I've never found anything. I see women shit on there. I know women who get stuff on there all the time, and it'd be pretty decent. But all the men shit is hot garbage. It's the
reason why it's like $4. Yeah,
shit is that the brand? What's like spelled like SHEIN?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, and I heard that it's like
recently seen that. Yeah.
Terrible practices and shit. You know, who knows who they got fucking making
some Chinese wholesale situation, something like that.
Crazy shit. Motherfuckers dying every other day, I'm sure, which is a terrible thing to say, but like it's actually a reality and scary, man.
Yeah. Well, as Cameron told us in Paid in Full, niggas die every day, B.
I wonder though, like in regards to feeling good or whatever, like certain outfits definitely if I look in the mirror and like the certain outfit is hitting the way I want, I'm like, okay, like I might not even, I won't even consider my face. You know what I'm saying? I won't even.
Ain't nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. But I'm just, it won't even be like a, oh yay, or like a nay if I want to change something, like, oh, I'm feeling bad about it. It's just if the silhouette and I think that's just the artist in me in regards to like, I'll have an idea and I put some shit together that I thought was cool in my mind, and it turns out to be just as cool in reality. That's enough for me sometimes, That's real. Or a lot of the times, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I completely get that.
I think that's just the creator in me. Yeah.
Yeah. Every now and again, I'll have an outfit that I'll be like, this is that one. Or for me, often it's a piece of jewelry or some shit. Like I got this big ass like 30-foot ankh that's like made out of brass.
I remember, yeah.
I think y'all saw the wood one.
Yeah, I remember the wood.
I saw the wood one that was the midget hanging from my necklace.
I missed that one. It broke some years ago. But nah, like that. I remember I had some like calabash rings from Tobago that I used to rock that were really cool. Yeah, I should dress way more like the alternative Negro that I am, but I don't because I'm lazy.
And what do you mean when you say lazy? Like I'm not expecting you to like put your clothes out the night before and all that shit. But like, I'm saying like, what do you? Because like,
what I mean by that, I'm not doing like the due diligence to get the clothes to
shop specifically for those things.
Yeah, to shop specifically for. I'm not going to do all that. If I come across it, that's great. Lord knows.
I'm just saying, like, but if you go to one site, couldn't you just go to a different one that had the clothes that were alternative that use your style? I'm trying to understand what you mean when you're saying you're lazy. I get it, I think.
So
I'm not trying to press you too much on this topic.
No. It's a combination of things of finding the sites that could even provide some sense of style that I'll enjoy.
Okay, that's it.
Finding sites that could do that shit in my size. Because let's say I even find like some pants that are my waist size. For whatever fucking reason, they go 29-29, 30-30, 32-32. And then every other time, 34-32, 36-32. Niggas don't grow no more. They only get wider, apparently.
Yeah, it's so true, dog.
Stop at 5'11".
And they only gonna expand sideways. No one has long legs according to any kind of fucking clothes retailer.
It's such bullshit.
So like what length would your pants be, like 30?
34.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I rock with typically 34s too, but I do have a couple 36s, man. Just I know I want to see them bunch when I rock the Timbs. I want to see them like a bunch at the bottom.
Yeah, I wear 32s. But yeah, I wear 32s because, well, one, I'm shorter than both of y'all, but
not much.
But I hate when the bottom of my pants get like caught under the back of my shoe. So I like it to ride like,
right on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I might have a 32 or sometime it depends on the look, I guess, which is, to me, I recognize sometimes I'm like, this is excessive. Just grab the fucking shit, grab your favorite jean, which is like two pairs out of all of them.
Yeah,
wear the same shit you're gonna fucking wear,
Yeah. Yeah. And not to mention when you get into like, I don't question that much about quality of clothing, but with pants, I really need specific kind of pants. I need ones that the crotch can fucking move, because so like elastic, you talking about like something like elastic? No, like the material has to have 4-way stretch.
Okay, elastic to some degree, then. Yeah.
More so like because I don't know. I don't think about elastic when I think about 4-way stretch. I can't remember.
I know what you're talking about. It's not elastic. It's some material that you can just pull it literally in both directions.
Yeah.
You can pull it in both directions. Most fabrics it's the way it's designed is you can only pull it in one direction.
Yeah.
Like along the grain, like with the grain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once you give me because I can't function otherwise. Like I'm never gonna wear this out unless it's like a really formal event, because if this is going to be some kind of situation that's going to be somewhat social, I'm going to want a 2-step, if not actually like get down and really bust a motherfucking move. And if I do that, I want to make sure that my fucking dick doesn't pop out, because I've busted so many pants.
Gotcha.
Thinking like, oh yeah, these feel cool, but it was a cold day, so I lined these shit with some sweatpants, and now that shit don't stretch no more. So
people don't dance no more. All they do is this. All they do is
I just split my pants at work like Monday. It was Monday because I was like picking up these bags of like, I mean, it wasn't concrete, but I'm gonna just call it concrete because it's easier to imagine, but like these bags of concrete. So I'm like kind of squatting. So your pants are kind of like stretching at that point. Then add the fact that you got that weight, so they just split.
Like, don't know how to happen.
Yeah.
At least you were lifting with your legs and not your back.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Hey, you got to save one of them, either your pants or your back. You got to save one.
And so that's all. That all of these things are a combination of challenges. Before we even get into my like innate Sagittarian cheapness, and so I'm not paying $130 for pants. Like I'm not gonna do that.
I'm top out at 40 for me personally.
Yeah,
that's maybe 50 depending on the brand. Like, but even then,
the brand, like if these are some really like dope, fashionable pant that I'm not gonna find anywhere else, then yeah, I might drop 40, 50 on that. But most of the time, if I can't find that shit in Primark, H&M, or Ross, I'm not fucking getting it.
Yeah, my go-to is simply Old Navy for jeans. Like
Old Navy.
They do me well for jeans.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
man. I agree with all that, but I also do have a pair of $160 jeans.
I'm sure.
And then I also have a pair that I bought for $200 or like $180 or something like that. But it's called nudie jeans, and those are the ones that are like 36 length, like quality jeans that I probably have for like 20 plus years.
Word.
So in 25 years, I'll get my money's worth. Get my money back.
Yeah, I want to dress better, but
me too, honestly.
It would just take so much effort that I'm not going to put in. So I just resign myself to not caring.
I love that though, because it's like I know for the longest time I've always had an appreciation for fashion or just like colors and putting things together more so. Even when I was younger, I recognized like silhouettes and just putting things together my way. I'm not saying it always looked good. It was like I liked making the decision on my own about it. You know, that was fun for me. But there was also the balance, like on the other side of that sometimes was knowing like, okay, some of this came from not wanting to be ridiculed, from being ridiculed when I was younger about, you know, and the interesting thing is my aunt, we had the most money on the block. I know that, but straight up, but the motherfuckers who were teasing me because my aunt wanted to save her money and take us on nice vacations outside of, you know what I'm saying? Like put us in fucking Target, Walmart, whatever clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Had your buddies?
Crazy. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And she said, you're going to wear these motherfuckers for a couple of years. You're going to wear these motherfuckers until a toe pops out, motherfucker. Don't complain either. You know?
Yeah, I feel you on that. It was a whole thing of, I know I never particularly questioned whether or not my family was in kind of, you know, lower middle class, etc. Like I was clear that compared to some people, we were damn near affluent. But
yes,
I never felt bad in those arguments anyway. Like I got roasted about a lot when we were younger, but people being like, my outfit costs more than your life. I'd be like, yo, that's wild.
Stupid.
Like,
yeah.
I don't think y'all know how to spend money.
Literally, like
I've been to your house. Y'all had Hungry Man for 3 days.
That's what I'm saying, bro. If you still eating, yeah, dog. Come on, shit. Like your fucking grass hasn't been mowed for 2 months. Shut the fuck up, dog. Shut the fuck up.
Y'all been taking cold showers because the bill ain't been paid. Like I don't. That's
not trying to hear it,
yeah, that's interesting because I mean, like we're all in this, we're the same thing. Like I didn't realize how much money my dad made until I was out of the house. I'm like, what? Because we were like, we never starved, we never went hungry, we never that was never a thing, but we never got spoiled either, like
at all.
Like the only reason why I got a game system.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Like the only reason why I got a game system is because my sister bought me one. Like that was the only reason. My parents wasn't buying that. Like what? Am I going to spend $100 for you to sit in front of the TV when you could go outside? No. So it's like if you wanted that stuff,
right?
Then either one of the siblings bought it or we just saved up our money and bought it ourselves. But that was. But I mean, I turned out okay. So I mean,
yeah, of course. I was about to say like, well, at one point, my aunt did buy us those things, but and then like that was like a short period, and then it was like, all right, you buy that shit on your own, you know. But like what I was getting at about the fashion is like, I'm turning the other way now. Of like, I used to be more. I could see that I've always had this appreciation for fashion, art, whatever, like the art, the creative aspect about it, like I said. But I saw a lot, part of it at least was fueled by ridicule in the beginning of like not having a shit and knowing like, oh, I know you broke though. I know you broke, you know? And now I'm kind of going back of like, I love that about folks when they're like, yo, I ain't. I love that about folks, man. When they went.
Sorry.
Hey, audience. I know you're wondering why we just burst out.
My bad. I was 28. I thought my math was right. I'm stupid, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
No, you're good.
Go ahead, finish, Aaron. I'm sorry.
Nah, man. I was just saying, like, now I'm kind of leaning more towards it. Like, I love it when I hear folks say, like, yo, that's, unless it's something that's like you really, really appreciate and it's like an art thing and you're doing it on, you know, like you appreciate the art of it, the creative aspect of it, that's great. Otherwise, it just seems like a lot of motherfuckers are putting shit together because it has a particular label on it. You don't care about the actual fabric. You don't care about if the shit was sustainably made. You're just trying to post. Like, so I love it when somebody's like, yo, I'm cheap. I don't spend, it's stupid to spend all that money on this shit. Like, and I know where I'm coming from, but I love hearing more people say like, I'm not about to blow my money on that shit. You invest that shit, save it, use it for some vacation or some shit, you know?
Yeah. I also don't care about that sustainably sourced thing either. But like
that's my motherfucking topic. You should, motherfucker.
I know I should.
I remember
I
I was listening to what episode was it when Adam was like, it's funny because Aaron does care about the environment, or like I'm listening to that shit like these motherfuckers. Josh was like, I'm a fucking sit on the globe and just take his shit. Oh man,
it was like weird. Yeah, I was supposed to care about it, but
thanks for the confirmation, motherfucker. Oh man, all right, we ain't over
wrap it
time.
up there with the unknown laugh and the other one that we did actually tell that was about. But we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love you, fellas. Any last thoughts before we get out of here?
It's always a good time, man. I love the topics today, and I just love I love getting deep, and I also love just I love keeping it light, man. I just love the convo today, yo. The shit flowed well, you know. And thanks for listening, y'all. I hope the audience feels the same way.
That's right. All right. If you love topping dicks, if you, you love getting it deep.
You motherfucker. Oh man.
We might be the podcast for you.
Yes, sir.
That's funny.
If you want to write us in, you can always do so at InforMILLy@gmail.com. I love that we had a homie hit us up. Had a couple homies that hit us up being like, yo, would love to be on the podcast. And I was like, oh, word. You know, you could write us in, let us know what you want to talk about, stuff like that. They're like, cool, where should I write it? I was like, don't listen to the fucking podcast.
Yeah. There's no excuse now, man.
I say it every episode.
Yeah. You fucking shorts viewing motherfuckers only. All y'all motherfuckers view is the shorts on YouTube. Stop it, man.
It was like, yo, we appreciate the views on the reels, but that's not listening to the podcast.
No, it's not even close.
Fam, if you don't know the fucking email by now, dog, we used to say that. We used to say that shit in the beginning and the end of the podcast. So, come on, man.
Like the first 80 episodes.
Come on.
But yo, you can always write us. You can hit us up on any of our social medias. You know what they are. InforMILLy Honest everywhere, except Twitter. Well, we don't really use that motherfucker, so you know.
I can't even front right now. I was on that bitch like a week ago. I was like, oh shit, we not even at episode 100. Shit,
ain't no new tweets on that shit or nothing. Ain't no retweets, no quote tweets.
I wish I was using it just as a regular person and just respond to people just to.
Yeah, we should.
That's what I was doing in the beginning. I'm gonna start using it. I would just I would go to all the new hot topics and just respond to shit. You know.
But yeah, you can always hit us up on any of them motherfuckers. And we love and appreciate you. Any people that you engage with, any connections that you have, and any what's another C word? Any compilations that you may enjoy on any hub site. We always we always employ. You say what? Any commitments you make, any people that you copulate with. We always encourage, empower, and implore you.
Any condolences that you send.
Any condolences, any losses.
Oh shit.
We encourage and empower and implore you to always be forthright, be vulnerable, and even in your most challenging times, and especially when that shit is simple, keep that shit honest. Peace.
Peace. Much love to you.
Farewell.
Without shedding a tear for my brother, I really wanna try for my brother, 'cause I truly do feel for my brother.